Hello, good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells, Bar for Beginners. My name is Ian, and I'll be guiding you through this morning's practice. I have my ballet slippers just off to the side here, but first, let's start talking to our feet, knees, hips, and then we'll put our footwear on and get to the bar. Sound good? Excellent. Lay on your back. We're going to do some ankles, some knees, some hips. On our backside, be comfortable, take your breath, adjust your ponytails as needed, and here we go. Support the leg from behind the knee, gripping the hamstrings. Very subtle. Could we incorporate our first knee extensions of today's practice? Knee extension, control knee flexion. We're keeping the knee in the same position. And if the position close to the face or chest here is too difficult, extend the hip and work out here. Replace that leg to the floor, repeat the other leg. Hip flexion about 90 degrees or vertical femur. Nice extensions through the knee. Down with control. Repeating for 3. Extend. Down. Again, the modification, extend from here. Let's return to the original leg now, grabbing behind the knee, gently extend. Chin tucks, shoulders set. At the ankle, we'll perform our circle. Dorsiflex shape, roll inwards towards the big toe. We're stabilizing at the knee and mobilizing the ankle. And we articulate our ballet or point foot. Work the lateral pathway back to center or our dorsiflexed foot. Gently encourage the knee to extend if we're allowed, and go the other way now, or lateral outside first. Keep the knee extension. Reach and point toes. Circle. Point. From a pointed foot, repeat. Turn in, cramp up those tensions in the feet. Strong feet, strong arches will help our bar practice here. I'm halfway. I'll continue to turn the extra half corner here towards my plantar flex or pointed foot. I'm going to wiggle out my toes and take my time placing my leg down. Same thing on the other side. Grab behind the knee, little chin tuck. Extension through the knee. Maintain knee stability. The kneecap doesn't move. We dorsiflex the ankle and turn in. Turn in on the ankle, cramping up the arch as allowed, exploring our tension to our point ballet foot, and navigate to the outside and dorsiflex. Repeat lateral, outside, lateral first. Turn around, keep the knee straight as you can there, Ian. Pointer foot, turn it in, turn it over. Repeat one more time from our plantar flex foot, knee extension, turn in first, keep the knee extended to the outside here, and back to our point, and then out to the side. Into center and around the corner patiently here to our point, and then give that the wiggle and the down. On the bar, we'll talk about our hip hikes. We'll talk about this in a second. Get used to stabilizing through the hip and mobilizing through the hip. Without doing hip hikes, could you push the knee away from the body and pull back to center? The space between the ribs and the hips should be the same throughout. Perhaps one more on that side. Gently talk to that hip. Return to the floor. Repeat on the other side. Do a hip hike or two where the movement is happening through the core or the trunk, and then stabilize and move at the hip or with the leg for 1 or 2 again. Return to the ground. Take a second, let's get to all fours, and in all fours, we'll just play with our lumbar and thoracic or T-spine. Placing hands on the floor, follow more of our other videos for more discussions on wrist habits here. But grip the floor, spin the elbows forward, pull the shoulders down, and just the lumbar vertebrae, can you manipulate them from extension to flexion by pulling on the abdominals, very stable upper back as you can. Then neutralize that low back, brace abs, pull the rib cage down, and then T-spine or heart forward extension. Down. I'm pretty locked up personally in my T-spine extension, but again, it doesn't have to be a big shape. Be careful not to dump into the lumbar. From here, we'll get to a nice straightening knee exercise here. Press the floor away, our down dog, our mountaintop here. Pedal the feet. Personalize that to make that U. Take your time coming up to your fold. Bent knees are appropriate here. Pulling from your abdominals, stack or extend the vertebrae to tall. And relax. Now it's time for these shoes. We get these shoes on. We're going to get some nice stuff going on the bar. We'll come back to that forward fold throughout today's practice, as it will be a transition into a high plank for some core strength. But here we are, got our toes on, ready to rock. We'll start with our fondue exercise to warm up our ankles, knees, and hips, and progress right into plies after that. Hands on hips, hands in second, first, your call. I tend to stick to the hips. Knees forward, feet heavy. I'm going to do a quarter turn here, extend. The hips and the shoulders are going to stay stacked over the heels, and the knees gently forward over the toes. Pull to standing by quadding up. Use the quadriceps to pull yourself into this tall straw. Repeat, heavy feet, knees forward, push down and pull together. One more, knees forward, cramp up to tall. Test our balance quick, toe balance, tight together, pull down with strength and control. Up, down with strength and control. One more, up with control, and down. From here, we'll go knees forward, toe raise, knee extension to tall, heels on the floor. Knees forward, ball of foot raise, knee extension, and down. Last one, knees to toes, to straight, to down. Repeat, slightly different. Up to balance, knees over toes, heels down, pull to straight. Toe balance first, toe squatter, knees forward, heels extend. Last one, knees forward, feet heavy, and extend. Shake that out, whether it's the upper body or the low body. I'm going to take a step to my left here and use my bar for my sets of plies. Grab your chair, your balance aid is appropriate, and let's do plies from first, second, and we'll explore a little fourth. With your feet in parallel, pivot to first. In first, arms in first. On hips, second, you call. I'll be out here in second the whole time. From the plie position, spreading those knees, staying tall and up. Heavy down and up. Repeat, pull self low, toe balance, heavy heels to tall, and find your first position balance for 4, 3, 2, down. Fondue, second position. Same thing, plie squat to stand, keeping our shoulders and our hips up and down to stand. Repeat one more time. And to stand, let's get back to my bar here. From the position in your second, tendu, rond. Heels are in line. Hips are facing forward. Hang out here for 5 or so seconds. Keep the knees straight. Maybe bend the knees, see what happens there. Come back to straight legs. Tendu the front. Come back to second. And now try balance here. Holding that second position, cramping up in the straw, tightening the glutes, pulling yourself down. Tendu, and in. And I'm gonna go over here now. And I'm gonna do the same thing. So for you at home, switch sides. We'll do one more set of plies from first, second, and explore our fourth. Arm out in that second position the entire time if you want. Hips is appropriate too. Plie, extend. Plie, extend. Plie, ground plie. Heels come down. Pull yourself tall and toe balance. Pulling together, ribs to hips, focusing here, pulling yourself down. Tendu second, down, and up. Shoulders are over top of those hips. Full extension, cramp up legs at the top. One more repetition here. Pull low, up. Tendu, round. Fourth position. Knees straight, knees bent. Where are the hips facing? Where are the shoulders facing? For 4 more seconds here. Play with knees straight or knees bent. Point, round, and a balance in our second position. Ooh, and I'm looking at the wrong thing. There we go. A little bit of balance issues here today. But that's it. Plies and some fondues, holding in the fourth position. We'll forward fold to the floor, hold high tension planks, and come right back up through the forward fold. Start at the top, even with your head, neck, and a little bit of extension, and pull your chin tight to the ribs. Pull the ribs and the T-spine down onto the hips. Folding, slight knee flexion is appropriate. Walk here, hang out in our high plank, and in our high plank, we have elbows forward, high tension, squeeze bum, brace core, brace everything, 10 seconds, go. 10, 9, crushing the floor, pulling the armpits down, squeezing the butt, bracing, bracing for 3, 2, walk back up, enjoy the stretch, forward fold or stack and pull to tall. After something on the floor, we'll come back up and get our port-a-bras. From our first positions, arms in first, keep your scapulas super stable and very slow go towards your safe overhead. It's okay to keep the elbows soft here, something kind of against our kettlebell skills, but those soft skills of movement are very hard to keep the rib cage down, keep the armpits engaged, and one more here to go towards overhead. The visual distinction, just quickly again, is making sure that we're not leaning back to get that overhead and that we can connect ribs and hips together and maintain this nice overheads position. Return. We'll build off that port de bras as we go through. We're gonna go back to the bar here and do a nice little hip bar, we call it, or a rond de jambe. Working from parallel, point, single leg forward, externally rotating the hip, opening that seam, inseam forward, reaching out of these hips, tall, tall, tall. We're drawing that circle around, keeping the hips forward, keeping the knees straight, flexing over toes at the end. Repeat to the back, an extension with a toe point, open up, reach around, pull into center, pull underneath. Repeat one more time, off the floor with our dorsiflexed ankle today. Point, dorsiflex. Maybe flex higher. Cramp up your standing leg, reaching out of your hip sockets, extending forward, reaching around, knee extension, pulling underneath of the hip when we return to our center, and the same thing in the reverse direction. Extend through the hip, open up in this external rotation, kneecaps towards the ceiling, towards center, and pull through. Repeat on the other side. We're tall, we point. Cramp up those hips, low to the ground for our first set here. Reaching out, lengthening out, or growing your circle, your range of motion. Circle to the back, flex over toes, and pull underneath. Return to the back in hip extension. Open up, cramp up those hips, glutes, lateral bum cheeks, working real hard here as we point and return to the front and close. Repeat with our dorsiflexed foot. Point, dorsiflex, added hip flexion if we're allowed. Extend your hips forward. Reach out. Ooh. Breathe, breathe. Feel tension where you want it, which is for me, my quad, my standing leg, my lateral bum cheeks everywhere. I don't want to feel this in my back, so I'm thinking about using those other body parts. That was a winning strategy. That turned on the sweat. And then bring it in and underneath. Let's return to our 10-second high plank, getting there through our forward fold. Play with foot positions in this forward fold. Maybe an internal rotation on your hips would feel really good, or first position. Play with that forward fold. Any foot position will do. Walking forward, now more parallel feet. And for 10 seconds, our high tension plank, everything engaged, go. We have armpits pulling down, we have butt cheeks squeezing, we have abdominals bracing. On top of that, we're all breathing, and we have 5, 4, 3. Relax the tension. Press yourself up in your folds and stack by pulling. Extending through the back, pulling through the back, but engaging deep, deep abs here. Next, our port de bras. From our first, this time we'll go from first to second. Second, and in. We could open up a little bit more of a coordinating exercise here as well. Incorporate some of those feet, toe to heel on the landing, no matter what, and nice in control. No matter what we do here, it's just trying to make it look effortless. Port de bras is my most challenging part of this whole experience, so thank you for your patience. But again, just really quick, the shoulder blade. Right now, I have a little bit of crazy internal rotation going on this shoulder, so be careful. But can you take a hand, place it on the inside of your shoulder, and snug your shoulder blade onto that? From there, manipulate your arm, and if you feel your shoulder blade shrugging all over the place, we want to contain that for aesthetic and for safety and strength. Port de bras to be refined over time. Retire positions, least favorite exercise of a lot of people, but I love it. So let's get right to that bar and we'll do it. Tall on this inside leg, pull a single leg off the floor to our coup de pied position first. Pull your legs together in this straw, and for 10 seconds, try to pull this leg heavy up, but don't really let it, but make it feel like work. And we're gonna do that for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax that tension. Cramp up your standing leg, flex the hip of the elevated foot, and you might again be able to get into our retire position. Same thing, cramp up your standing leg, and isometrically, with no joint movement, try to pull your knee higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax that tension. For one more repetition, cramp up your standing leg, flex that elevated hip, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax to the floor. Same thing, other side. Where does that work? For me, again, that would be the standing leg, cramping up for the nice stability we want, and then the other leg is that psoas hip flexor, stuff in the front of the elevated hip. Look to feel it in a polite way, and most often never in the low back. Be careful about that, please. Foot to our coup de pied position. Cramp up tall, pull together in this straw analogy, and try to flex this hip isometrically for 4, 3, 2, relax that tension. Cramp up the standing leg, flex the hip towards our retire position. Same thing, pull in together, hip extension on the standing leg, and isometrically pull up this elevated leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax tension. Repeat one last time. Pull it in a moving way for a degree, super small measure. Now cramp up and try to pull higher. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relax to the down. We're gonna do that one again today, be careful. Forward fold to the floor. Start in a little bit of extension on the head neck. Tuck a chin. Flex, pulling yourself down, soft knees is allowed. Fold down. High plank, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. 10, 9, pulling the floor together, pulling my feet to my hands, keeping my chin in line with my spine. And for 4, 3, 2, I'll soften that tension away. I'm gonna walk back up with this internal rotation or toes pointed in on this forward fold here. Pull up and stack. Final exercise of today, revisits the retire with the knee extension as a nice slow adage, one of my favorite drills in our ballet class. Stand tall, we'll work from parallel here. Hand second position, first position, the same place the whole time. You ready? Pull to your retire. Hold for 4, 3, 2. Keep the knee in the same position. Extend the leg and hold for 4, 3, 2. Tap down. Close. Pull up. Open second. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend for 4, 3, 2. Tap. close, close. Other side, just those two directions today, just one each. Tall on that supporting leg, pulling up to retire. In our retire position, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the knee in the same position as we extend through the leg and hold 4, 3, 2, tap, pull. Continue to pull up, pulling up to retire, opening to the side, extending those hips forward for 3, 2, 1. Realize my arm was maybe in a different place that other side. Again, hold for 4, 3, 2, tap, close, and close. Whew. Thank you very much for joining me at today's beginner bar practice. Let's continue to work on the feet skill, the knees, the hips, the core, and we'll gradually work on the grace of the port de bras, or at least just that's me talking to myself. My name is Ian. I'm from Bars and Bells. I train simple, I feel strong, and I hope to see you again in class. Thank you very much.